Number 6, Matthew Led. Number 7, Kyle Fletcher. Number 9, Owen Casino. Number 11, Eric Davis. Number 13, Levi Barrich. Number 15, Owen Chang. Number 16, Brady Miller. Number 17, Noah Dawson. Number 18, Aaron Warmack. Number 19, Matthew Garrett. Number 20, Dean Kalakis. Number 65, Spencer Jansen. Number 77, Ryan Kwan. Number 87, Todd Peck. Number 88, Daniel Ravigo. And number 91, Adrian Gianni. Number 8, Madison Kima. Number 13, Owen Pitchley. Number 14, Joseph Monez. Number 19, Jackson Hobart. Number 20, Ethan Close. Number 22, Justin Mason. Number 29, Jackson Martin. Number 44, Aiden Clark. Number 41, Aiden Clark.
Hope you got a discount on this.
Les Tribble. Number 55, Logan Brooks. Number 67, Ty Thompson. Number 86, Alex Brown. And number 95, Carter Middlehurst. Orangeville Flyers!
Brown takes the draw. Gets it to Critchley on the far wing. He drops it. Aurora picks up the puck. Brady runs him over. Gets it back to Thompson. Thompson across to Brady. Brady tries to clear it off the Aurora Tigers stick. They'll send it into the near corner for Thompson. Thompson and Martin at the half boards. He chips that up through center ice. Critchley runs over his man. Martin picks up the loose puck. And across the far blue line to Critchley. Critchley with a shot. Pad save. Brady walks in from the point. Misfires. Puck's cleared to the center ice. Picked up there by Thompson. Thompson off the near boards. Good bounce on target. Negates the ice. And Brown steps into the corner. Gets it to Martin. He takes it to the far corner. Out front for Hobart. Hobart has the stick tied up. Gets the puck on net. Deflected wide. Martin to Krause. Krause with the shot missed wide. Middlehurst picks the puck up, brings it behind the net to the far corner. Tigers get it to the half boards where Critchley steals it, throws it on net. Loose puck bouncing. Hobart walks in, shot. Tipped high over the glass into the mesh. Middlehurst steps in to take a draw against Kalpakis. Kalpakis wins it to the near corner. Monas jumps in on it. Gets it out front for Middlehurst. He throws it on net through some legs, hits the pad. Peck up to Fletcher in over the blue line. He sends it just wide of the net. Krause misfired. Bouncing puck. Picked up by Peck and shoved to the near corner. Back to Peck. Hobart's on his man. Krause steps in, gets bumped, loose puck out front. Middlehurst lifts that to the Flyers' blue line and out. Monas has to come back to pick it up. Monas back in his own zone, sends it to Brooks at the blue line. Brooks, stretch pass to Mason, waiting at the Tigers' blue line. He lets a shot go over the net. Rebound, takes a funny hop off the glass, comes out of his zone. Tribble dumps it back in. Jansen picks it up behind his net. Jansen to the near boards. Arkema couldn't hold it. Back to Tribble. He fires it in just wide. Brown picks it up in the far corner. He gets bumped by Jansen. Arkema in, picks it up behind the net. Throws it up front for Martin. Martin couldn't get a stick on it. Cleared to center by the Tigers. Brooks to Martin at the blue line. He gets bumped. Arkema picks it up. Shovels it towards the net, picked off by the Tigers. Pass to Miller. Miller in over the, Ermiev in over the blue line to the near corner. He takes it to the far side. Drops it back to Cancino at the blue line. Shot blocked by Arkema. Arkema picks it up, takes it down the far wing. Fires it in over the blue line. Hits the goaltender's pads. Brown got a piece of it for a second. Tigers send that down the ice for icing. Face-off comes back to the Tigers' end, to the left of Barfit. Middlehurst in for the draw by Garfagani. Back to Middlehurst. He gets bumped. Puck's in the far corner. Middlehurst gets run over. Critchley overskates the puck. Up to Warich at center ice. He'll chip it into the near corner. Thompson lets it go behind the net. Brady picks it up. Back in the corner. Brady sends it behind the Flyers' goal for Thompson. He picks it up to the far boards for Mason. Mason gets bumped. Puck comes to the blue line. Dumped back in by the Tigers. Tigers played out front. Nobody's watching. Shot. Nooks makes the save. Rebound. Missed wide. Cleared to the near corner. Thompson. He's on it first. Sends it up to the half boards. Intended for Critchley. Middlehurst steps, picks up the loose puck. Middlehurst cross ice for Mason. Mason in the far corner. Hits the brakes. Leaves the puck there. Critchley picks it up. Critchley under pressure. Gets it to the half boards. Brady pinching. Tries to send it off the glass to the corner. Intercepted by the Tigers. Lifted to Warich. in over the blue line. He gets bumped by Critchley. Brady in the near corner. Gets it to the half board. Lenev's on it. Throws it on net. Intercepted by Thompson. He sends it out the far wing for Mason. Overskated it. Didn't know it was there. Tigers misplay at center ice. Critchley sends it back in the zone. Lenev across to Mariani. Up to center ice. Hobart gets that in the zone. Tigers fire that out down the ice and into the Flyer zone for icing. Face off back in the Tiger zone. Brown steps in to take the draw against Kalpakis. Scrum draw, in some feet. Arkema comes up with it. Lost it there at the blue line. Tigers clear it to center. Arkema off the far boards, just in the Tiger zone. They'll clear it back out to neutral ice. Kraus gets a stick, gets it to Hobart. Hobart sends it up to Monas at the blue line, picked off by Mariani. Backus sends it in the Flyers end to the near corner for Hobart. He gets bumped. Brown picks up the puck. Backhands it to the blue line. Lenev's there to keep it in. Lenev sends it to the opposite corner. Kraus to Arkema up to Hobart at the blue line. Hobart gets through center, gets a bit of a hook, lets the shot go, missed wide, rebound, comes to Monas in the far half boards. Tigers chip it up out of their blue line to center ice. Brown slows him down a little bit. He's getting held. Does a good job keeping the puck out. Ermiev dumps it into the zone. Kraus off the near boards, intended for Monas, past him. Fletcher. Miller up to Daniels. Yep. Cleared out of the zone by Tribble to Arkema. Off the boards to himself. Gets it to the half boards. Brown steps into his man. Cleared to the point. Brooks. He'll throw it on net. Missed everyone. Tribble shovels it to Brown at the half boards. Back to the blue line. And out. That'll sail into the Flyers territory to Brooks. He lifts it off the glass to center ice. Tigers should be offside. Brooks back in his own zone, gets the puck across the Tribble on the near boards. Tribble stretch pass for Mason. Mason in over the blue line. Lets a shot go. Pad save, rebound. Sitting there, Mason couldn't get the shot back on net. Cleared to Brooks at the blue line. He gets run over. Tigers cleared up the center. Tribble. Off the Tigers to Martin at the blue line. Back to Middlehurst to center ice. Middlehurst brings it into the near wing. Hits the brakes. Back to the half boards. Sends it to Brady. Brady with the shot. Off a skate. Straight to Middlehurst. Right off the glass to the blue line. Just out by the Tigers. Up to Miller and over the blue line. He takes it wide around Thompson to the corner. Shot off of Brady's skate. And then that's off. .7:21 to go in the first period. Middlehurst back in for the draw against Scarafagani. He gets waved out. Brady steps in. Brady gets it to Thompson in the near corner. He sends it behind the net out the far wing. Middlehurst. Critchley gets it out over the zone. Tigers pick it up at center ice, bring it back into Flyers territory to Brady. He spins in the near corner, turns, sends it to Mason at the half boards. Mason lost it, back to Mason. I'm not sure how that was not offside. Critchley still battling in the corner at the half boards. Him, Critchley, Mason. Comes to Hobart, to Middlehurst. He runs out of room. Critchley Gets the shot off. I think that was deflected just wide. Tigers pick it up along the far half boards. Through center and back in the Flyers territory. Shot. Milks with the blocker save. Kraus clears it to the corner. Critchley picks it up. To Mason on the near wing. In over the blue line. Steps around a hit. Couldn't pick up the puck. There for Danny, picks it up. Shut down at the blue line by Brown. Cleared out by a sprawling Tigers. Mona's pressuring. Tigers play back in their own zone. Lenev up the center. Hobart pinching. He gets rocked with his head down. How many guys are on the ice? Kraus lost it at center. Tigers back in the Flyers zone. Centering attempt picked off by Monas. Monas stretch pass just out of Arkima's reach. That'll roll down for icing. But Brown steps in against Dalcin. Brown wins it. Brooks around the near boards. Ramones, he swipes at it. Bouncing puck picked up by Brown. To Arkema, he'll touch that out of the zone down into the Tigers' end. Up to Daniels, he lets it go. Tribble to Monas. Monas dumps it in the zone. Flyers are slowing down here. Cleared back to Brooks at the Flyers' blue line. He sends it intended for Brown, picked off by the Tigers. In over the blue line, shot. Tipped over the net. Rebound, sits there. Cleared across the near wing by the Tigers to Brown. He picks up the loose puck. Sends it to Arkema at center ice. He overskated it. Tigers back in the Flyers territory. Brown all over his man. Monas pressuring, couldn't get it out. Tribble to Arkema. 2 hands on that stick. That'll be icing. Flyers are having problems making those stretch passes. Middlehurst steps in for the draw. It's Garfagani. Middlehurst gets it behind the net. Thompson shoves his man off. Brady fires it to the near corner to Martin at the half boards. He shovels up to Middlehurst at center ice. Middlehurst in over the blue line. He's got Mason on the opposite wing. Pass across. Intercepted by the Tigers. Stretch pass to Miller. Miller in over the blue line. Brady is going to the box for hooking. Flyers penalty. Number 1, James Brady, 2 minutes for hooking. 3:40 to go in the first period. It's in at center. Dalcin takes it to the corner. Centering pass. Shot. Milks makes the save. Rebound. Sitting there. Cleared out of the way. Mason pressuring his man at the point. Off the far boards. Hobart sends it to the far corner. Tigers shot from the steep angle. Milks makes the save. He'll hold that for the whistle, and Hobart takes some exceptions. Thompson steps in to calm the situation down. Brown steps in for the draw. To the right of Milks against Garfagini. Tigers win it. Back to the point. Across to Mariani. One-timer. He missed. Critchley picks up the puck off the glass. Intercepted by the Tigers. They shovel that towards the net. Brooks off the far boards. Doesn't clear. To Tribble. He turns and fires it down the ice. Critchley taking his time. He needs to get off. Cross ice, almost picked off by Brown. Critchley through center, pass it back to Tribble in his own zone. Tribble hard off the boards, back into the Tigers' territory. Brown in on the forecheck. Tigers play it back in his direction to the near corner. Lifted high through center ice to Brooks. He turns, fires it off the glass to clear the zone. Dumped back in by the Tigers to Brooks. He backs up. Fills a bit of the clock, sends it into the Tigers zone, but they'll bring it right back out. Dalcin at center chips it into the Flyer zone. Off the side of the net, Tribble picks it up, couldn't hold on to it. Brown just overskated it. Loose puck, finally Tribble clears it out of the way. Comes to the point. Cheng. 5-on-5 again. Tiger shot missed wide. Brown chips it up to near wing to Critchley. Critchley in over the blue line. He gets it to the corner before he lost the handle. Cleared to Brown at the half boards. Brown gets bumped. Critchley steps in. Drives it back to the corner. Critchley to Brown on his stick. Hops over it. Hobor pinching to the middle. Off the boards to Moniz. He'll send that in. It's the opposite corner. Just over 1 minute to go in the first period. Tigers to the blue line. Picked off there. Moniz under pressure. Shot. Rebound. Middlehurst tries to throw that out front. Moniz picks it up behind the net. Comes up the near side. Use your point. Cross. Arkema couldn't get the right angle, and the net's off for the whistle. 52 seconds to go in the first period. Middlehurst steps in. Wins it forward to the point. Arkema walks off the boards with it. Shot on the short side off the pad. Back to Middlehurst. He sends it to Krause at the point. Krause takes a shot. Bouncing puck. And it's in! Woo! Flyers goal, number 14, Joseph Moniz. With the assist by number 20, Owen Krause. Ethan Krause, sorry. 39.6 seconds to go. I think Joe just tripled it in. It was going anyway by it. No. Middlehurst in for the draw against Scarfagani. Tigers in the zone, cleared up, back to the Tigers blue line. Encino up to Miller. Miller with the shot. Milks holds that for the save. Brown steps in against Scarfagani. Scrum draw, picked up by the Tigers. Brown back in for the draw against Scarfagani. Cleared off the near boards. Martin was going up the wing before the puck was out. Loose puck in front, shot. Milks holds that for the whistle. Got 3 seconds to go in the period. Brown in for the draw again against Scarfagani. Scrum draw. Just tie it up along the near boards, and that'll do it for the first period. We go to start the second period. Brown steps in against Kalpakis to start the period. Scrum draw, Kalpakis wins it. Kwan in over the blue line. Shot blocked by Martin. Mason picks up the loose puck. He turns and fires it right off the Tigers forward. Played around the near wing. Nobody was there. Tigers back in their own zone up to center ice. Martin does a good job getting back on side. Brown couldn't step through the defense. Gets the puck to the far corner for Martin. He plays it behind for Brown all alone. Brown tries to get it centered off the back of the net. Cleared to the far half boards. Quain picks it up. Sends it to Fletcher. Brooks clears it up out of the Flyers' end. Fletcher picks it up. Cycles back in his own zone. Klein, one-touch pass at the red line. Chips it into the Flyers' zone. Tribble. On the half boards intended for Martin. He just couldn't quite get a piece of it. Second effort. Comes to the blue line, dumped back in by the Tigers. Brooks settles it down behind his net. Stretch pass for Martin at center ice. Martin, one-on-one. In over the blue line. Martin gets pushed off the puck. Swipes at it, gets it to the corner. Brown overskated it back to Martin. Martin through the Kraus. Dumped back in. Hobart bumps his man. Middlehurst around the near boards to the point. Off shot. Milks makes the save and jumps on the rebound for the whistle. Middlehurst in for the draw against Dalcin. Tigers win it. Good pressure by Critchley. Gets it up out of trouble. Arkema gloves it down, sends it to the blue line. That'll roll to center. Dumped in off the glass to the Flyers' blue line. Arkema to Kraus. Kraus up to Critchley at center ice. Critchley in over the blue line to the near corner. Lets a shot go off the side of the net. Middlehurst in the far corner. Sends it behind for Critchley. Here's your point. Critchley to the point for Thompson. Thompson sends it around the boards behind the net to the far corner. Middlehurst spins off the boards to Arkema. He skates through some traffic. Arkema turns and fires it wide. Tigers off the boards. Hobart has to go past him. Or Thompson shovels that to center ice. Tigers back in the Flyers zone to Thompson. Off the boards, up through center. Into the Tigers' territory. They'll touch that. I think Flyers are going back to the box. Flyers penalty, number 67, Thompson, 2 minutes for cross-check. Brown steps in for the draw against Garfignini. Bouncing puck comes to Dalcin. Garfignini. Rabideau at the point. They'll send it to Garfignini. Pass intercepted by Brown. He turns and fires that down just wide of the net. Mona's applying pressure. Tigers settle it down behind their net. Up to the far wing. Brown steps into it. He gets bumped. Loose puck trickles in behind the Tigers' net again. Mona's on his man. Tigers send it back to the far corner. Brown still in the zone, lifts that to the corner. Mona's gets taken out. Tribble picks the loose puck up, fires it in on net for the whistle. Tigers penalty, number 88, Daniel Rabideau. 2 minutes for interference. 11:09 to go in the second period. Face-off comes just outside the Flyers zone. Brown in for the draw against Peck. Scrum draw. Brown gets it to Tribble. Up to Monas. He runs out of room. Brown steps in, swipes at it, and gets it into the Tiger zone. Pass intended for Fletcher. Missed him. That'll go all the way into the Flyers' territory. Rolling. Icing waved off. Tribble gets it to Monas. Shot. Milks holds that for the whistle. He plays it to Tribble. Tribble behind the net to Brady. Up through the middle. Brown luckily intercepts that in over the blue line to the near corner. Brown. Monas takes the long route, goes behind the net. Brown holds his man. Monas steps in, picks up the loose puck. Backhand, jam play. Barfoot had that door closed. Puck rolls all the way down, and that's icing. 12 seconds to 10:09 to go in the second period. Mason steps in for the draw against Kalpakis. 5-on-4. Critchley in over the blue line. Lets a shot go, miss just high. Rebound comes all the way back to Brooks at the blue line. Brooks into Middlehurst. Middlehurst behind the net for Mason. Mason throws it out front. Cancino intercepted that one, gets it back behind the net. Middlehurst to Hobart, back to Middlehurst at the half boards. Cross ice behind Mason. Mason plays it off the boards to Brooks at the blue line. Brooks spinning under pressure. Gets it back in the zone to the half boards. Critchley to Mason. Mason gets bumped from behind. Tigers clear that down the ice. That's back in the Flyer zone. Milks leaves it there for Brooks. 5-on-5. Brooks under pressure. Off the far boards. Past Critchley to the Tigers blue line. Lenev off the near boards. Past everybody. That'll be no icing. Hobart off the far boards for Critchley. He couldn't get a piece of that one. Middlehurst pressuring. Herbiev in over the Flyers blue line. Pass blocked by Brooks. Tigers out front. Loose puck. Critchley sends that down the ice. Mason wins that foot race. Walks out. Shot. Whoa, blocker save into the mesh above the glass. .8:16 to go in the second period. Brown in for the draw against Garfagnini. Scrum draw, Brown won it. Tigers jump all over it. Miller in over the blue line. Shot through traffic off the post. Rebound comes to Arkema at the blue line. Tigers kept it in. Walk out front, shot deflected to the near corner. Brown bumps his man off the puck. Comes to Martin, he gets bumped. Gets the puck across to Arkema on the far wing. Tigers through everybody. Martin picks it up in about half a mile offside. Brown back in for the draw against Kalpakis. Scrum draw picked up by Fletcher. Up to Kalpakis at center ice through Martin's feet. Kalpakis picks up the loose puck. Brown clears him off of it. Sent to the blue line out. Arkema just ran out of room. Fletcher with Peck. Fletcher with the shot. Pad saved by Milks. Rebound comes to Martin at the half boards. Just out of his reach. Cheng keeps it in. Brown's battling. Loose puck. Fired back into the far corner by the Tigers. Tribble on the near side. Sends it to the far side for Thompson. Martin up at center ice, catches an elbow. Takes exception to it. Kalpakis dumps it back in the Flyers zone. The near corner for Tribble. Tribble doesn't get all of it. Thrown out front. Thompson off a Brown stick to center ice. Tigers send it back in. Tribble. Stretch pass for Brown in over the blue line. Brown couldn't hold on to it. He gets a bit of a hook. Tigers fire that puck down in the Flyers zone for icing. Flyers can't body here. Middlehurst steps in for the draw against Delsin. Middlehurst wins it, steps right over it. Delsin gets it to the blue line. Critchley's going in the box, 2 minutes for hooking. 6:25 to go in the second period. Middlehurst back in for the draw against Galifianakis. Galifianakis wins it. Pass to Robido at the point. Krause in the near corner. Robido. Fletcher, I think, battling it. Monas comes up with it, doesn't clear the zone. Hobar stabs at it, gets to the blue line. Picked up there by Galifianakis. In for Miller. Miller with the quick shot. Monas gets the rebound, sends that down the ice. Middlehurst applying pressure. Maybe if he skated, he would have won it. Middlehurst in the near corner. Ties it up for a second. Galifianakis sends it across for Robido. To the near corner for Mariani. Back to Robido. Monas applying pressure. Stretch pass to Delsin. To Miller in over the blue line. Cross ice. Delsin shot. Nooks makes the save. Loose puck. Nooks tries to reel it in. Brooks sends it to the near corner. Tigers back out front. Shot missed wide. Delsin picks it up. Centers it. Monas picks it up. He'll lift that over everybody down the ice. 40 seconds to go in the Flyers penalty. Robido picks it up. Sends it to Delsin off of Brooks' skates into the zone to the far corner. Brooks tries to clear it out. Hits the Tigers player. Shot from the point. Deflected wide. Tribble sends it to the far half boards. Oh, Brown steps in. Gets it to Brooks. Brooks off the glass to the blue line and out. Jansen. Intended for Peck. Intercepted by Brown. He'll send that down the ice. Jansen. Across to Miller. Miller up to center ice. Intercepted by Mason in over the blue line. Mason passed through Critchley, who had his stick around his waist. Fletcher lifts that into the Flyer zone. Tribble. Scary pass across to Brooks. Up to Critchley. Critchley gains the zone along the far boards, shovels it to the corner. Brown gets bumped. Gets the puck in behind the net. Critchley steps in. Squirts out to Mason in the far corner. Mason centers it for Brown. Brown with off the opposite wing to the Flyers blue line and in. Daniels at the half boards. Arkema intercepts that to Mason. He touches that to the blue line and out. Mariani to Lenev. Lenev up to Daniels in over the blue line, cleared out. Back to Lenev. Intended for Daniels in over the blue line. Arkema picks up that pass. Sends it to the near corners to the half boards. Tigers their front shot. Milk's got across somehow to make that save. Woo. Middlehurst in for the draw against Delsin. Delsin wins it back. Shot from the point. It's Brady. Brady at the near boards. Gets it to the blue line and out. Middlehurst picks that up at center ice. Middlehurst to the near corner. Walks behind to the opposite corner. Sends it back behind for Arkema. Arkema out front for Martin. Took too long. Got it up to center ice. Quinn in over the blue line. Fletcher with the shot. Blocker save. Sorry, Delsin with the shot. Daniels at the half boards. Middlehurst gets a piece of that. Clears it off the boards to the point. Rabideau keeps it into Daniels. Middlehurst bumps his man. Brady picks up the loose puck. Garfagnini cross ice. Arkema lets a shot go. I guess Tigers thought that was offside, but the ref said no. Brady up through center, past everybody for icing. Somebody needs to get these linesmen some glasses. Brown steps in for the draw against Garfagnini. Deep in the Flyers zone. Garfagnini wins it. Shot from the point. Milks with the stick save. Comes to Critchley. Critchley, backhand pass to Monas at center. He shovels it over the blue line. No further. Hobart tries to dump it in. Brown clears. Regains the zone. Brown to the near corner. Just lost it in the corner. Critchley steps in to keep it there. 1 minute to go in the second period. Brown, Critchley, trying to dig it out. And they'll blow it dead. Brown in for the draw. He wins it to Kraus. Kraus with the shot. Deflected wide. Brown picks it up at the blue line. Stick handling it, running out of room, gets it to the far corner for Monas. Up to Critchley in his skates. Critchley backhand to Monas. Monas jam play, couldn't bury it. Back out. Hobart at the point to Kraus. Kraus turns, throws it on net, loose puck. Monas couldn't get his stick on it to bury it. Monas in the far corner. Drags it in with his foot. Brown comes up with it behind the net. Brown lifts it through traffic. Kraus kept it in. They'll do it for the second period. All right, here we go. Start the third period. Flyers hanging on to their 1-goal lead. Brown steps in to take the draw to start the third period against Garfagini. From draw goes to the far boards. Tigers in the Flyers' own shot. Wilkes makes the save, rebound. Wilkes shuts the 5-hole to keep that one out. Again for the draw. Garfagini near corner. That comes up to the half boards. Cleared down the ice by the Tigers. That'll be icing. Face off to the right of Barfit. Middlehurst wins it forward. Kalpakis gets to the corner. Arkema throws it out front. Picks a funny hop off of one of the Tigers' skates. Barfit covers it for the whistle. Mona's trying to jam it in there, but Middlehurst steps in against Kalpakis at the draw. Middlehurst wins it. Kraus from the point. Shot on target. Rebound sat there. Arkema couldn't bury it. Tigers to the near corner. Arkema sends it back behind for Middlehurst. Tries to play it out front. Monas to Middlehurst in the corner. He sends it, tried to send it across, intercepted by the Tigers. Peck up the near wing into the Flyers territory. Kraus gets it, fires it hard around the boards to the blue line. Held there by the Tigers. Arkema drives it out to center ice. Mona swipes at it. Fletcher to Peck. Oh, sorry, Revito. Up to Delsin and over the blue line. Through traffic, shot. Milks makes the save, rebound. Over his shoulder and in. Back, boys. Nelson steps in to take the draw against Brown. Brown has it in his feet. Crane drops over it. Gets it in. Brooks off the far boards. Brown got tied up. Brooks makes a bad save. Rebound picks up by Brown. He gets cross-checked from behind in the head. Tigers penalty, number 17, Delsin. 2 minutes cross-checking. Brown in for the draw against Garfagini. Garfagini wins the draw. Cleared around the far boards to the point. Brady under pressure gets it to Brown. He gets tied up. Garfagini swipes at it, clears it down into the Flyers zone. Hobart gets there first, gets it to the near corner. Garfagini picks it up. Hobart to Middlehurst and Brady running into each other. Middlehurst picks up the loose puck, takes it down the far wing. Critchley brings it in over the blue line. To the far corner. Critchley around the boards to Brady at the blue line. Cross to Hobart. He'll send that to the opposite wing for Middlehurst. Back to Brady at the point. To Middlehurst. Middlehurst with the shot through traffic. Comes to Hobart at the point. Hobart into Critchley in the near corner. Brown gets cross-checked again. Middlehurst to Brown. Tried to go to Middlehurst. Picked off by the Tigers, and they'll send that down the ice. Milks sends it to Brady. Brady takes it behind to the near side. Takes the breaks. Steps around him. Brady to Brown at center. Brown backhands that into the Tiger zone. Played off the boards to Middlehurst. He'll keep it in the zone. Middlehurst to Brown in the corner. Up to Thompson at the point. Thompson walks in, misfires. Tigers turn and clear that down the ice. Milks sends it to the corner for Thompson. That hops over his stick. Brown following closely, breaks it up. Thompson to Middlehurst at the blue line. He'll send it up the boards. Back to Middlehurst. Taking too long. Back to Thompson. To Middlehurst at the center. Tigers dump it in off of Miller offside. Ten seconds to go in the Tigers penalty. Flyers haven't been able to get much offense going on this power play. Kalpakis in the draw against Arkema. He wins it forward. Moniz in the near corner, sends it to Martin. Martin behind the net, tries to throw it out front. Jansen got a piece of it. Keep it down about low. Martin. The Moniz off the blocker. Cleared to the half boards. Tribble gets it into Arkema in the corner. Back to 5-on-5. Cleared to Tribble at the point. He throws it on net. Blocker saved to the near corner. Martin sends it around the boards to Moniz. Chipped up to the point to Thompson. Back in for Moniz. He lets it go to Martin. He gets pinched by the Tigers. That fired around the boards to the blue line and out. Tribble to Thompson at his own blue line. He'll clear that up to Martin, just past him into the Tigers' territory. Chung hard around the boards to the opposite wing. That'll puck a roll all the way into the Flyers' territory. Kraus holds it a little too long, gives it right to the Tigers. Second effort, clears it out down through center ice into the Tigers' territory. Peck through center into the near corner. Centering pass intercepted by Moniz. Moniz has some room. Takes it up the near wing, hits the brakes at center ice and shoves it in to the near corner of the Tigers' end. Abido in the far corner. Arkema throws it out front. Nobody was there. Peck down the near wing, fires it. That'll go for icing. Flyers got to put somebody out in that blue paint. Middlehurst steps in to take the draw against Delsin. Middlehurst wins it back to Thompson at the point. He winds up, shoots. Pad save. Critchley on the rebound, sends it back to Middlehurst in the corner. He gets bumped. Middlehurst bumps his man. Puck's still sitting there. Middlehurst digs it out, gives it to Critchley. Just a little too hot, gets it to the far corner. Critchley bumps his man, loose puck. Picked up by the Tigers, they'll pass it up to Daniel at the blue line. He steps around to hit. In over the blue line, Delsin cross ice. Brady got a stick on that one to break up the pass. Irvin, shot from the point, missed wide. Critchley on the half boards, sends that up to center ice. Mason bumps his man, has to wait till he clears. Flyers are going back to the penalty box. Flyers penalty number 22, Justin Mason, 2 minutes. Garfagini wins it back to Rabideau at the point. Off the far boards to the corner. Back to Rabideau at the half boards. He takes it into the far corner, throws it out front. Some sticks. Mona swipes at it, couldn't get a piece of it. Miller in the near corner. To Mariani at the point. He lets a shot go. Locked in front by Thompson. Loose puck. Milks makes the pad save. Rebound. Sitting there. Brooks gets a no call. Mona's. Brown. Oh, now you go. Come on. Brown, 2 minutes for hooking. Flyers penalty, number 86, Alex Brown, 2 minutes for hooking. Tigers penalty, number 17, Delsin, 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike. Five on four for 1 minute. Middlehurst in for the draw against Kalpakis. Scrum draw, Middlehurst gets it to the far corner. Tribble around the boards. Kept in by the Tigers. Thrown out front, shot. Milks makes the save. Tribble clears it out of the way. Middlehurst turns and fires it down the ice. Barfoot sets it up behind his net for Rabideau. Rabideau at the far side. Cross ice to Fletcher. Middlehurst all over him. Cross to Mariani. Up through center ice. On target. Milks plays that to the far corner. Tribble. Sends it up the boards to the blue line. Kept in by Tigers. Clearing it. Off a skate. Comes to Mona's at the near blue line. 5 on 5. Mona's. Across for Tribble. Just out of the zone. Right on the stick of Quinn. Thrown out front. Peck couldn't get the shot off. Cheng at the blue line. He dumps it in for Garfagnini. Missed him. Hobart to Mona's. Shovels it underneath the attacker. Mona's up the near wing. In over the blue line. Throws it on net. Missed just wide.
Come on, man. Go get the puck.
Tigers. Cheng back in the Flyers territory down the near wing. Tied up by Arkema. Loose puck underneath them. Thompson poking at it. Through cross ice to the far boards. Garfagnini in the corner. Tigers still have it. Cleared out front. Just to the blue line, not out. Back to Garfagnini. He gets a shot off. Pad saved by Milks. Brady to Mona's. Mona's clears that. Fires it down the ice. Gone for icing. 4:55 to go in the third period. Arkema steps in to take the draw. It's Delsin. Scrum draw. Delsin gets it to Daniels in the corner. Back to Delsin. Shot deflected wide. Hermiev in the far corner. Throws it out front in traffic. Shot deflected wide out front. Arkema gets run over. Puck out front. Shot. It's in. Brown steps in to take the draw against Delsin. Brown wins it. Backhands out to the Tigers' blue line. Mariani fires it back in the Flyers' territory. Cleared out by Kraus. Straight to Mariani, who dumps it into the near corner. Hobart behind the net to the far corner, played through the crease. Moniz backhands that to the blue line and out. Nev sends that puck back in. Very delayed icing. .3:49 to go in the third period. Brown in for the draw. Back to Hobart at the point shot. It's Martin. He clears it to Brooks. Brooks across to the near wing. Cleared the zone. Hobart turns, dumps it in. And that'll go for another icing. Brown back in for the draw. Attack is Brooks with the shot. Rebound sat there, cleared to the blue line and out. Brooks picks it up to center ice. Sends it to Moniz, picked off by the Tigers. Fletcher fires that in. Guess we'll call that offside again. Or icing rather. Brown in for the draw. From draw. Picked up by the Tigers. They turn and fire that down the ice. For icing. Both teams reset. Brown in for the draw against Scarfadini. From draw. Dumped back down the ice by the Tigers. There we go, maybe change the lines and try to win the draw. Middlehurst steps in to take the draw against Garfagnini. Garfagnini wins another one. Tigers rifle it around the near boards. Brady pinching, keeps it in. Critchley in the corner, bumps into his man. Drives the puck to the opposite corner. Dribble, pinching. Arkema gets across in time. Sends it in. Tigers back to the half boards. Brady. Behind the net. Tigers turn to fire off a dribble. He'll keep it in for a second or two. Critchley. Puck spurts out. To the Tigers, Arkema does a good job keeping it in. Tigers got away with a bit of a hook there. Arkema in the near corner. He gets bumped. Arkema to Brady at the blue line. His shot hits a Tigers player and comes back in the Flyers zone. Arkema up to Critchley at the blue line. Critchley shot. Loved by Barfoot for the whistle. Middlehurst in for the draw against Delsin. Middlehurst won it. Hermiev got a piece of it. Cleared to the point. Arkema with the shot, missed just wide. Hobart walks in, lets the shot go, bouncing, deflected. Middlehurst couldn't turn and get a piece of it. Cleared down the ice. Icing's waved off. Thompson to the near boards. Maybe look before you fire it there. Shot. Milks with the save. Comes to Critchley at the far blue line. Critchley in the Tiger zone. No interference there. Critchley picks it up behind the net. Comes to the near boards. Critchley bumps his man. Shot. And it's in. Minute 22 to go in the third period. Brown in for the draw. There's Kalpakis. Gets it to Monas, again over the blue line. Monas shot from the half boards, missed wide. Brady at the point, turns and fires. Missed wide. Tigers cleared out to the point. Tribble with the shot. Flyers pull their goalie for the extra attacker. Comes to Tribble at the blue line. He missed it. Sends it across. Tribble takes it behind his net. Sends it to Middlehurst. Brown. Brown up through center ice, in over the blue line. Brown through traffic. Gets tripped up. Lost the handle. Middlehurst with the shot. Hits a body, comes to the near wing. Tribble dumps it in. Tigers play it back to the blue line. Brown's getting bumped. Offsetting penalties. .27.5 seconds to go in the period. Middlehurst in for the draw. Dave Scarfagini. Middlehurst wins it forward to Monas. Monas takes it to the near corner. Puck's out front. Tribble with the shot. Deflected. Rebound out the near side. Critchley, the extra attacker, picked off by the Tigers. They turn and fire it wide. Face off back in the Tigers' zone. Middlehurst wins it. Mona's overskated it. Martin couldn't hold up the blue line. Third down the ice. That will do it. Tough game, boys.